I'm Drea.
I'm Meg.
I'm Tina.
And I'm Jess.
And this is Pardon My Stash. Welcome to Pardon My Stash, a podcast about knitting, the fiber arts, and how awesome it is. Woo! And before we dive in today, let's talk about what we are working on. Jess.
A potion bottle.
Wonderful.
It's great.
Next.
I love it. No, yeah, I'm still doing that potion bottle dice bag thingy that I was just like throwing numbers into a crochet project, and it looks super cute
It really
so
is super
far.
cute.
Yeah, we did remote last week, and now that I'm looking at it in person, it's like it is
It's
super adorable.
cute.
I like that.
So I'm at the neck of the bottle right now, and I lost track of what stitch I was on, so I'm just gonna go until I feel like it's where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna stop and hope it's not, near the beginning of the project.
Oh, very good.
I had one of them stitch markers in here, but I forgot to clip it, so it fell out. So we're just going.
Tina?
I finished all my swatches for my master gauge sheet, at least in terms of the ones that are not Lion Brand Hometown. I've kind of done that one a lot of times. I kind of have that in a lot of different sizes already, so I've slacked on getting the last one, which I think is in. I think I was going to get it in a 10. Or no, not a 10. No, lies. 13.
Lies.
13. I was going to do,
something
yeah.
like
I had
that.
11, 15, and 10. I didn't have 13. Anyway, so I'm done doing that for now. And I am back to my super secret mission project. And it is coming along. It is slow going because it is a repeat that takes a while. So, but I'm okay. I'm good. It makes me happy.
Good. Drea?
Still doing the Chemi shawl. Actually got a lot done on it in the last couple
Hex
weeks.
yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with myself.
As
And,
well you should be.
I'm using jeans.
I love that that's what the
It
colors
doesn't get
turned
old.
into.
It doesn't get
Jeans.
old. Jeans.
Silver Moon Fiber Arts in fingering weight.
Excellent.
Faded jeans.
Excellent.
What are you working on, Meg?
I am working on the Sundrop Top by Laura Aylor. I am knitting it out of Dragon Horde yarn Gnome Tweed in the colorway Fairy Yule Tree. And I am still doing the raglan increases for the top.
I'm going to touch it.
It softens up a lot.
Yeah.
When I swatched it, it's like unbelievably soft when it blooms. So I'm like not loving the texture, but I also know that it's going to be a lot softer when it's blocked. So there is that. Be sure to check out our website, pardonmystash.com, for more information as well as pictures regarding our current projects, patterns, and yarns. So for this week, we are going to mix it up a little bit.
What are we
and let me tell you.
I'm listening.
Oh, are you?
No.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. So we're celebrating Maker March, and we are makering this podcast.
This is true. So we're going to talk a little bit about us, the makers. We usually don't dive too much into like us or random stuff. We get random questions occasionally, but they're usually about knitting. So this is going to be a very non sequitur episode about us.
I only knit. I sit on a couch and I just knit. I have
knew
no
that.
other interests, hobbies, people in my life, nothing.
Nope. Just you
Just
and the
knit.
stash. Got it.
That's it. That's all
All
I
right.
do.
All right,
Good
roll
talk.
the credits.
Yeah. It's good episode. Good episode. These are not going to be like it's not going to be like our first episode where we talked about, this is what I do and this is my job. These are going to be some random questions.
I would like to think we're a little
found
bit better
online.
than our first episode.
A little bit. A little
Oh, so
bit.
you're saying that people are going to get to know us as people, not just as makers.
Yeah, it's random stuff.
Oh, I like that.
Random
I like it.
stuff.
All right. Well, hit me.
So
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm prepared.
Sure? Are you sure? All right. I'm gonna. You know what? Pick a number.
12.
12.
Wow, she didn't give you the range.
Yeah, I know. God.
Well,
Oh. This one's particularly good for you.
Oh, boy.
If your pet could talk, what would their voice sound like, and what would they say about you?
Oh my God! So Chester, so I've got two cats, and I've got Chester and Charlie. And Chester is this really big striped boy. He's like a gray tabby. He's got half a tail. He's like 16 pounds of love. But he has the tiniest little baby meow I have ever freaking heard. Like, he never grew into a voice. Like he never got one. So he would sound really high pitched. I imagine kind of nasally, kind of like a stereotypical cartoon nerd. I guess.
I'm just picturing the nerd from Hey Arnold, you know, the one that's a mouth breather. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing
No,
now.
I don't think that he would be a mouth breather, but he would
More
he
like
would definitely-
Eugene from Hey Arnold?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Eugene
okay.
from Hey Arnold.
Yeah, more
Got
like
it,
Eugene
got
from
it.
Hey Arnold, and he would pretty much follow me around and
Yes.
just be like, "Mom, Mom, I'm here, Mom,
I'm still
pet
here,
me,
Mom.
pick me up." Like he's really cute because like he does follow me around the house.
He's
when I'm
imprinted
home.
on you.
He has
Yeah,
like
he's your baby.
Frank will be chilling by himself for like 3 hours and he won't see the shit.
Tina, pick a number. 1 through... Oh, God, there's so many.
60,
1 through 100. 99.
69.
You would.
I'm a pervert.
And that was the question.
That was the question. No, this is kind of... I don't know.
No.
Well, you know what? No, because you can do it for like the whole group. What's a favorite memory you have of us together?
Oh. Oh
It's
my
not too
God,
cheesy,
there's
is
so
it?
many. A favorite memory? Probably the first Rhinebeck I went with you guys.
Oh, that was a good one.
When we did Ugly Girl Faces for a Rhinebeck picture in front of the tree.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Is tied. It's between that Rhinebeck thing that I just said, the day that the first time I went to Rhinebeck with you guys, because I know you went the year before without me, and then your bachelorette party. And I only say that because Jess wasn't there.
I wasn't.
So I include the Rhinebeck moment because
Right.
Jess was
So
not
Jess
in part
was
of
there.
But I cannot ignore that bachelorette party. That was such a defining I think it was when I was like, oh my God, these are my people. Like,
it was a glorious train wreck.
it was such a train
It's
wreck.
a glorious train wreck.
But like
everything went wrong.
such a good train. Like
But
Jess should have
best
been
memories.
there because Jess would have been like howling at like all of that.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my God.
It would've
It was
been
No,
so
yeah,
funny.
you
Jess would
guys-
have been like the one keeping everything together.
Like Meg told me about it later, and I was dying.
Oh no, because it is like that's my story that I break out when I'm like, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? And I'm like, my
It was
entire
such a comedy of
bachelor. And you know
errors.
what? Like, really, I should have looked at that and been like, set up for the marriage. The marriage is also going to be a gong show. Like, honestly,
But
because this is my first marriage, not my second
not-
marriage.
not-
Not,
not
to
to me.
Jess. Jess, yeah.
long story short, without to get like horribly into it, but it was just it was
a gong show.
donuts, 12 neatly packaged donuts at 9 p.m. Karaoke,
Allergy attacks.
allergy attacks from and facing your fears from
Facing-
strobe lights when
facing
you have
your
when you
fears.
have seizures. Okay,
Yep.
so
And that you didn't even touch on the karaoke. Like
no,
the absolute
I'm leaving the
disaster
karaoke.
That can
was
be left up to
karaoke.
everybody's
You
imagination.
Yeah,
leave it
you
up
guys
to your
can
imagination
imagine
what
what
that's-
happened,
what
but
that seemed
it was a night.
Yes.
It's one of my fondest memories too. Jess,
Trying to think. Honestly, it's like,
oh no, I was gonna say number
oh, you want a number? Oh, okay, 8.
8. You would.
Yeah.
What color would you choose to describe yourself?
I know what color I would choose to describe you, but you go first.
Is it magenta? I also thought magenta.
Oh yikes on Mike!
I don't know.
kidding.
I mean, I feel like it's like a swirly purple.
Why a swirly purple?
No,
Because-
it would be because it would be like the really, really dark, like intense purple.
But every once in a while, you get like a flash of like a, brighter
different
purple.
color?
Like
And-
galaxy purple.
Oh, I see that. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what I was going to
That's
say.
a better name than swirly purple. I feel like swirly purple.
Galaxy
Galaxy
purple.
purple sounds
Okay.
a lot better.
Got a little bit of the blues in there.
Yeah.
I got you. Meg, pick a number.
16.
Where do you feel most centered and happy?
Oh, that's such a good question.
So home probably seems like really trite. But I really do feel like, especially in the last like year, the first year that we moved in here, things were super chaotic. But home really does feel like a haven now. We were just talking about this the other day. Like I love that I can walk in the door and I'm like, oh, okay, this is safe. But if I had to pick like in a place outside of my house, I would say in the woods. I feel really like on a really good sunny day, and I'm hiking and everything just feels fantastic. So that would definitely be my other really happy place.
42. It's the answer to everything.
What was the first big purchase you made as an adult?
Oh, I bought a car.
Oh, the car.
Yeah.
Same.
I got a Mazda CX-3 and it was brand new. I bought it in 2016. It was a 2017. And I actually just finished paying it off not too long ago.
Oh my God, you've had that? I can't believe you had a car that long. It looks like brand new still.
I paid it off early.
It looks like no, it's just more like it looks so good for being that old. I didn't think it was that old. I thought you bought that like 3 years ago, honestly.
No. Sometimes I feel like I bought it 3 years ago, but
yeah.
You keep it in good condition.
You
Yeah,
do.
I
It
take
looks
care of
really
that.
good. It looks brand new.
yeah, still rides pretty good too.
It's a really cool color. Like it's a different kind of white.
It's called ceramic. So
Is that really the name?
That is the name. And sometimes if it's in like direct sunlight, it looks white, unless it's next to a car that is white.
And then it looks
mine.
more
And then-
gray.
And then it looks gray. But in like cloudy or overcast, it looks gray. And sometimes when it's raining, it looks silver. It's pretty cool. It's a great color.
It's a very good color.
Yeah.
It's
And
a very good
apparently
car.
nobody wanted it. So I got like a little bit of a discount
That's
on
weird.
it.
Nice.
13.
What does your name mean?
Okay, so I will tell you the story of my name.
Oh,
so
geez.
first of all, my full name is Christina. I only let people that I like call me Tina.
I feel so honored.
Right?
No, like when I go to work and stuff, if I'm like in a, I will go by Christina, but at home and like with my family and with my close friends, Tina is my name. Apparently at this point though, the podcast is also Tina. So like everybody knows me as Tina, whatever. So my full name, Christina, first we got some Jesus in there. So I got some Christ. Okay. So, I was a holy baby. I came out, I was glowing. All right. And then I found out, I looked this up sometime or another, but like my full name in entirety means like Christ flowers,
Really?
like floral.
All right.
Okay.
I laugh because I always would say I'm like gentle like a flower and glowing like a holy person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. And every single person that knows me is like, that is not you at all. But okay.
Excellent.
37.
If you were to perform a duet with a famous musician, who would it be and why?
The famous musician.
Dennis Leary.
Yes!
I'm glad she helped you there.
Well, I was going to say The Rock because that would be funny as hell too. But Dennis Leary, yes. Perfect. Song. I got you. I know all them.
Okay, but if you do that, can I be your backup singer?
I mean, yes.
I want to do all the callbacks. It's my favorite part.
Do 40.
Well, you know what, Meg? I am younger than you, so maybe this works.
No.
What's one thing you tell yourself at my age?
No. 5 years.
Okay, wait. Hold on. There's
No.
a second
Do a
question on
different
it.
one.
Actually, there's a second question on it. Okay. What's one thing your younger self would tell you?
Oh my God. My younger self was an idiot.
So let's pretend 21-year-old Meg
Oh, God.
is looking at you. I'm not going to say your age. Looking at you currently. What would 21-year-old Meg say to you?
Dye your hair.
Dye your hair.
That is what 21-year-old Meg would say to me right now. Oh, I have so many grays. It's not even funny.
I'm looking at you, but you don't. But we're not in our 20s, Meg. What did you expect to happen?
But this is 21-year-old Meg.
Oh, that's fair.
She's
Yeah,
not
that's
exactly
fair.
kind.
She's like, come on, stop it.
No, I feel like 21-year-old Meg would look at my life and be like, that's pretty good. Like, I think Jess would be a surprise. But Jess was kind of a surprise to most people, so there's that. No, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm married. I have the kid. I've got a job. Like, I'm pretty stable. I think 21-year-old me would be like kind of relieved. Like, okay. She would be like, why are you going back to school? Aren't you sick of that yet? I thought we graduated. I thought we were done. 21-year-old Meg, you have a long way to go. No, I don't really, I'm not sure. I would like to think that my 21-year-old self would be happy with what I ended up doing with her life, but I don't know. I also feel like 21-year-old Meg was kind of dumb and made bad choices.
Kamikaze shots.
Not dumb.
Yeah, those were pretty bad.
Not dumb. Naive.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
'cause
Oh
you're
my God.
looking at it with
so
this lens.
naive.
Yeah.
So
Inexperienced. Naive. Yeah.
Lack of perspective.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like I would like to think that 21-year-old me would be like, cool, okay, I'm glad we turned out pretty stable. I'm glad we're doing okay. I stand by the dye your hair thing. 21-year-old me, like literally, you didn't know me when I was in college. I dyed my hair all the time. And I'm talking box dye in the bathtub. My college friends doing it. Yeah. Bad choices.
Fantastic.
I stopped doing that. But I would have been like literally back then, I would have been like, the second you have gray hairs, nope, cover that shit up. I feel like I would have a lot more to say, but 21-year-old me to almost 40-year-old me, I don't think she'd have a lot to say. 40-year-old me to 21-year-old me, I would be like, let me give you a huge cautionary tale.
To
Here's
be
all
fair,
the things you shouldn't do.
21-year-old you would also be like, okay, but I saw what happened because of what you're saying now, and let me tell you, I make better choices now.
I do make better choices now. But I would have a laundry. That's the thing, though. It's tough because I have a laundry list of things that I would do differently. But then my life would probably be different now,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't want to change what my life is now. So, I guess 21-year-old me just has to go through a lot of crap. I met Jess when I was 21.
Yeah.
That's how long ago.
So what your 21 what you'd say to your 21-year-old self, be like, yeah, that person you just met, that's your wife.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yup.
That is your soon to be betrothed.
I know. Yeah. Weird, huh? Yeah, we met the summer I
9
moved
years
home from
later.
college. So, what?
9 years later.
We started dating when I was 30, so 9 years later.
9 years later.
All right. Moving on.
35.
What is one habit you want to get rid of and one habit that you want to keep? I like the one habit you want to keep. I feel like that doesn't get asked enough.
Oh, I procrastinate the out of everything.
It's fair.
And it's not even because, like, I don't want to do something. It's just because the idea of starting something new is just so overwhelming. Starting anything is just like...
That's fair.
Yeah. So I always do my most work when I'm under the gun and under a lot of pressure, and that's terrible. I would love to be a self-starter, and I guess a habit that I want to keep.
I know the answer to this one, but
It's probably like my compulsive cleanliness.
That's fair.
I never want to lose that.
wasn't what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
How honest you are.
Oh, yeah, I am pretty honest.
Every time
Yeah.
someone wants an honest opinion from you, you give it. I feel like that's a habit
also
you
fair.
always stick
Yeah.
with. You've never
That's true.
strayed.
That's true. I am a very honest person, and now I'm a kinder honest
Yeah,
person.
yeah, absolutely. No, it's the truth. Yeah.
2006, Drea? They were opinions, and they were brutal, and I was not a kind person. But
No, you've learned how to
Right.
deliver the news
Exactly.
in a kinder way.
yeah,
So-
being honest doesn't mean that you need to be
fair,
mean.
it's not like you were just walking into a room like, let me give you a frank appraisal of your looks.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
No, it's
it was
usually
usually when someone was being an and you were deciding to bring out the big guns.
That's true.
It is true.
That's true.
It was usually they
Usually,
asked
my
for it.
honest came out of a huge comeuppance. And
Right.
now, I just reserve.
It was not like somebody saying, "Hey, how do I look?" Well, you look like crap. Actually, you got to be fair to yourself
No.
here.
Amazing.
But now I usually wait for somebody to ask me my opinion.
Throw it out
Going
there.
Guns blazing.
God. All right, Tina.
99.
Oh,
Give me the last one.
all right. You asked for it. If you woke up one morning and all of your problems were solved, how would you go about your day? I don't
Probably
like that
you-
question.
You'd probably live like Jeff and knit 4 to 5 hours a day.
Shout out to Jeff, one of our patrons that let us know he knits 4 out of 5 hours a day.
Guys, do not.
So, okay, I actually would be I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I actually wouldn't know what to do because if all of my problems were solved, like so
how are all of your like?
Well,
Maybe if you live in
problems.
stasis, but
Yeah.
like more problems will pop up. Like it's not like
Yeah,
Well-
that's the nature of living.
yeah. That's why I'm kind of like it's
it's
a
like
confusing
resolving
question.
problems.
Yeah,
That's literally all
a
you
problem
do.
comes up every single day. It's maybe not a groundbreaking problem, but something happens. Like there's never a time when everything is perfect unless you're literally sitting in stasis.
Okay, so let's rephrase that. Let's just say if I had all the time in the world, what would I do?
Well, we could do number 94.
Okay.
If you had a day to yourself, what would it look like? Where would you go and what would you do?
Oh, yeah, that's actually the perfect question.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I had a day to myself, where would I go? Okay, and I could do whatever I want.
It says what
Money
would it
is
look
Do
like?
I have a
object.
limit of 24 hours?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Well, I would probably I would probably go somewhere in Vermont or New Hampshire. I would find a cabin with a beautiful canyon-like mountain view, and I would rent it for the day, and I would invite my friends, not my children. And
Fair. That's fair.
and then my husband can come, but he can't bring the kids. And
That's also fair.
and I would just chill. Like I would want to make sure there's like some kind of beautiful windowed view, and I would get a really comfy recliner, and I would lean all the way the F back where I could still see the view, but I could like knit and like put on some lo-fi music in the background and just with like a weighted blanket. I'd rather a mountain view than beaches. Anyway, continue.
I mean, same.
Yeah. No, I hate beaches. I just get sunburnt and miserable and sweaty. Go.
I like beaches when you can go scuba diving because then you're not really at the beach. You're in the water, like you're in the ocean.
That's fair.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to like be at the beach before you can. Be
Jess, a number?
96.
That's a good one.
No, not for her.
Oh, no. Why?
Go on. Ask
Do
the question.
you collect anything?
I heard
Yes!
she collects eyes.
I do have a
All right,
collection of
everybody
eyes
sit back. This is going to take a while.
somewhere in the house. I used to collect Snapple Element bottles, and
oh
then
my God.
yeah, I had like all of them. Like I had like 60 some odd Snapple bottles, and
Why?
finally,
Did your mother go nuts?
yeah, she recycled them on me at one point when I was
God.
doing something. I forget. I wasn't at home when I got back, and they were gone. She kept like 6. And for a while, I also collected like the Snapple Sobe bottles because I really liked those. They were cool. They had the lizards on them. I collect music boxes for a while. I've got an assortment of those. Bells. A whole lot of
There's
bells.
so many bells in this house. Everywhere.
Coins, especially like not American coins, although I was collecting the state coins for a while.
I have everyone except for West Virginia.
Oh, geez. Like, put on the spot. It's hard to... Pokemon. All the Final Fantasy games. Those like
Told you it was a bad question.
the little like D&D mystery figurines, especially
Oh my
the dragons.
God, the number of mystery boxes she got.
I have a little army on top of my closet.
She does. Yarn.
I mean, yeah, yarn, but not as much. A lot more when I was like dragon everything.
There's just the honest to God, I would love to go through this house sometime and count all the dragon stuff in this house.
a lot of it I haven't taken back out since we moved too. So
Yeah, there's more in boxes.
There
it's
is.
hard to believe.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could go on. Those are the big ones that I can think of off the top of my head. Shiny rocks,
Hoarder.
Sparkly things.
I collect frogs, like little wooden frogs that have the pegs, so you run it over the back and it sounds like a frog. I have 3 right now, but then I also have one that's a cricket.
I would say you had a cricket too, right?
I want to get a big one though, like a really big frog. I've seen them; they're like this big. They sound like bullfrogs.
I collect birds.
Yes.
Bird stuff. So much bird stuff.
Yes,
That's my big thing. I like birds.
birds.
6.
Do you remember the first novel you ever read, and if so, what was it?
Are we talking like kids book or adult
It says
book?
novel, so I'm assuming it has to be not a children's book, right?
Okay.
Maybe pick a favorite.
Yeah, pick your favorite.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll do we'll
The most
kill two
memorable.
birds, 2 birds with 1 stone. Just like nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
The first adult book that I remember like buying, I went to the bookstore and I actually paid for it. It was a used bookstore, Harbor Books in Old Saybrook. And I remember going because my class the movie had just come out and we watched it for a Civil War unit. I was in 5th grade. I was 10. We watched Gettysburg. And I saw in the credits that it was based on the novel The Killer Angels by Michael Shara. And I was like, well, I'm going to go read that book. I was 10. And I remember going to Harbor Books and the lady was like, we don't have that. And then she actually found it on the bottom shelf. And I bought this book. It's actually a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. I read that book. I don't even know how many times. I read it until the cover fell off. And then my mom got me another used copy and I read that one until the cover fell off. I've read that book probably 70 times. I brought it to the hospital when I was in labor. I did. I read it in the hospital. Not when I was in labor. I read it afterwards.
Say that's impressive.
No, it wasn't actually. But it was like literally that was the beginning of my wanting to be a history teacher because I loved it so much. It was such a good book. It's actually really, really entertaining, even if you're not like a huge Civil War buff. It's a really, really good novel. So that's the first one that I remember, like adult novel I remember reading. The first like children's book that I remember reading from cover to cover was probably something by Beverly Cleary. I read all of her books when I was a kid. Like all the Ramona books. Dre, number 57. 57. Okay. Oh no. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be and why?
I know this one.
An alligator turtle.
Why?
Look it up.
No, I mean like I've looked it up. Explain why.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys a moment so that you can look it up, you, the listener. Now, imagine that as like a talking piece when you have company over.
A talking piece?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a talking piece.
This
as
is
they
Harold,
run the
and
hell
if he
out of
doesn't like you, he's going to chew your arm off in one bite.
P.S. He doesn't like anybody.
He likes no one.
My favorite day ever was still the day that you asked Frank if you could get an alligator turtle, and he got all
said-
excited.
He was like, "Word, show me." And then I sent him a picture, and he was like, "Absolutely not."
And you wrote back,
Fine.
That was the best. All right, Tina.
Frank is like the constant voice of reason.
Seriously.
I feel like, just correct me if I'm wrong, but does it really require a lot of reason to be like, you should not keep an alligator turtle as a pet?
Considering how I get ideas in my head and then I run with them, yeah,
I'm just imagining you now hauling one home. Look, Frank, look what I found.
I would. We can keep it, right?
Where?
Shout out to all of the significant others out there who keep the crazy one grounded. You know who you are.
Holla at you, Bat. Holla at you. 44.
Have you kept any memorabilia from your childhood?
Yes. I don't know where it is right now, but I know what box it's in. When I was younger, I had a really, really, really hard time making friends. Just in general. I know that's kind of sad, but I did. I had a really, really hard time. I was really bad at social cues and stuff. So I would actually write, like, I love to draw. So I would draw these, I would get these like hardcover from, what was it, Walden Books. And they had these hardcover tiny little sketchbooks that you could get that were like, looked like a journal size, like a typical, like, like small little journal. Maybe like 4x8 or 4x6 or something like that. And I would use the pages so it turned into a comic book if I kept writing in it.
Yep.
So I have all of 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. I kept doing that. And it was about situations that I would witness or like, because a lot of the times I wasn't involved in a lot of the social stuff, but like I would like watch other people argue about stuff and I would be like, well, no. And I would like make them into these dramatic scenarios and stuff. So that's probably like, I refuse to throw them out because it reminds me how far I've come in terms of like my social anxiety and just understanding how to be a human.
That's fair.
But yeah, like I really love those books. Every so often I'll look in them and then but you know, don't get me wrong, like I was by far not profound, because there was like sometimes I'll look back on them and like if I had a crush on somebody, I would make a comic page how I got married to them.
Oh, very good. Oh,
Like
man.
a stereotypical 13, 14-year-old girl. Like we got this
Excellent.
beautiful wedding and oh my God, it was so funny. I got married and divorced like 20 times.
Very good.
Because I would like somebody and then like 5 pages later I'd be like, that guy. But like, yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I like those little books.
77.
What food reminds you most of home?
Reminds me most of home. Meat, bread, and cheese. Like
fair.
a nice, like, skillet cooked steak with some sharp cheddar and homemade bread.
Nice.
Pick a number.
86.
Tell me about your childhood best friend.
Oh.
I love that's also my reaction. Just so you know what I think about mine too.
No, so my best friend's name was Lainey. She lived down the street, well, part-time, lived down the street from my parents, and my mom like dragged me over there because I really was socially awkward in school. And Lainey didn't go to my school. She was also a year behind me. But our parents met and they were like, oh, these guys are almost the same age. Let's get together. And I really don't know what happened, because the first day we kind of stared awkwardly at each other. And then like all of a sudden we were hanging out every waking minute together. We were both obsessed with the Olympics, figure skating and gymnastics. We watched them. We watched the tapes with them. We had so many sleepovers. We ate cookie dough. We did all the ridiculous crap together. We're still best friends. We're still close. She lives in Pittsburgh. She has 2 kids. We don't see each other very often anymore, but we still message each other all the time. So we're still close. Oh. So yeah, she's good people. And that is all the time we have for this week. If you want additional content and opportunities to connect with the cast, you can check out our website at pardonmystash.com. Tune in next week for more fun, friends, and fiber at Pardon My Stash.